The time is now. On everything. Took my heart away from money. I ain't interested in fame. And I pray that never change. Ambition is priceless. It's something that's in your veins. And I put that on my name. Only hope I had was selling dope.
What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams here. This has got video for you guys. This is going to be first of 5 predictions that nobody in the U.S. is really talking about. For this fight is going to be for Sonny Boy Jaro versus Pongsakelk Wonjongkam. Sorry if I'm pronouncing the name wrong. I'm just going to refer to never mind. I'll just refer to Wonjongkam as Wonjongkam and butcher his last name throughout this probably 5-6 minute video. So this bout's for the WBC Flyweight Championship. Puts together the challenger Sonny Boy Jaro against the champion Pongsakelk Wonjongkam. So pretty much, as we all, if you're a hardcore boxing fan, you've definitely heard of Wonjongkam. He's like rated like among the top 10 pound for pound fighters. And not only that, but he has more fights than everybody else on the list. He has at least 100 more rounds than Mayweather and Pacquiao, and of course Ward, and everybody, Butte, everybody else in the top 10. He has more fights and definitely has a lot more rounds. Overall, he's a very good fighter, very technically sound. Always knows where he is in the ring. Likes to set up his shots using feints and body movement. And not only that, he uses defense in many different ways. His offense can be his defense, and most of the time he's using his defense to create his offense. So it's a double-ended sword. Sometimes he'll throw punches, to kind of keep fighters off of him, and also he stands on the outside. He looks for his openings quite a bit. So in this particular fight against Jaro's the kind of fighter that will stand there but also look for one shot. He's more of a left-hand dominant fighter. But he comes forward. He comes forward behind the jab, but he's always looking to wind up to land that one big shot. And so in this particular fight, of course, he's going to have to use a lot of lateral movement, a lot of shoulder movement, a lot of, he needs to use elusiveness in the ring in order to kind of set up his shots. Because if you look at him, he doesn't really throw unless he sees his openings. He likes to throw little precise shots that his opponent doesn't see coming or expose little holes in his opponent. So in this fight, against Jaro, he's going to have to pretty much just look for his openings. There's a lot of defensive liabilities in Jaro, and not only that, but the fact that Jaro doesn't really work. He doesn't do much of any work, aggressively. He just kind of stands outside, and most of the time, he'll fire off a combination in spurts, but he won't sustain an attack in the fight. That's just pretty much the kind of fighter that he is. He's gonna look for one big shot. He's definitely gonna look for either left hook or the overhand right. Those are the two shots he's gonna look for. And Wonjongkam is really good at just he can stand in the pocket and evade shots and look for an opening. And sometimes he can stand on the outside, and come right in and put his combination together when he sees an opening. So either way, he could play the counter puncher in this fight, or he could take the lead. More than likely, he's going to be the counter puncher. He's not going to want to take too much punishment. Most of the time, he's dipping his shoulder or he's pivoting his body to evade shots, but also come back and fire off 3 or 4 punches that his opponent doesn't see coming, and fires from angles and directions that his opponent doesn't see. So it's hard to cut off the ring against a fighter that utilizes lateral movement both ways. That's very elusive and it's hard to hit, and will come back with numerous punches. So in this fight for Jaro definitely is going to have to look for a lot more than one big shot. He's going to have to look to go to the body, go to the solar plexus as much as he possibly can. It's going to be very difficult against Wonjongkam, because he does protect his solar plexus with his elbows. So he needs to just sustain a very aggressive attack and pretty much use the jab. Use the jab to kind of get inside, take his room away. And Wonjongkam does like to throw like little short shots on the inside. So that just means that if he's on the inside, he can't just lay on the inside. He has to throw his shots. He has to put punches together. He has to work in this fight. He has to work. He has to cut off his angles, and he has to also look for the right hand. Look for the right hand from and have it land from where Wonjongkam doesn't see it. He because due to the fact that I think Wonjongkam is very susceptible to right hands when he doesn't see it. You know, it's one of those things where you have to kind of catch him off guard a little bit. But and also Jaro does put his whole body and exerts his whole body into his shots most of the time. So just overall, I think he needs to apply pressure. I think, but also he has to have a plan B, and I think a sustained body attack should be the plan B for him. Sustained body attack, pressure, and also not just stand there and wait. Because if you stand there and wait against a counterpuncher, the counterpuncher will take advantage of that. A very crafty counterpuncher will take advantage of that and just put the punches together on the outside and kind of wait for you to kind of take the lead. But when they see you coming, they're gonna throw and they're gonna kind of know when you're coming. So who I think is gonna win this fight? I'm gonna go with Wonjongkam in this fight because Jaro's lost to fighters that Wonjongkam can easily beat. And not only that, I just think that Wonjongkam is just much better, technically, and just better all around. He's just a better fighter. I just think that he will work his way into getting a decision in this fight. What I like about Wonjongkam is he's very busy. He fights multiple times a year, and and just personally, I think that over the years he has continued to get better. And from time to time, he does have his off performances, but just overall, he does tend to get better throughout his fights. So pretty much, I'm gonna go with Wonjongkam in this fight, winning a decision, and being able to outpoint Jaro in this fight. So I'm gonna go with that. So anyway, peeps, that was the distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Mix it up. All my live niggas up in the place. Let me talk to y'all. Yeah. You know how a lot of niggas roll. I'm gonna tell y'all how we roll.